Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Urooj Mumtaz. I teach O-level and A-levels mathematics, accounting, and economics. So first, I will introduce myself. I'm Urooj, a junior at IBA. I'm doing my Bachelor's of Sciences in Economics with minors in Accounting and Finance. I've done my A-levels from the licensed school in Economics, Accounting, further Mathematics and Mathematics. I've done my O-levels from St. Michael's Convent School. I have teaching experience of about 2.5 and more years. So basically the course objective. Cambridge International AS and A-level mathematics develops a set of transferable skills. It really helps you a lot to be confident, responsible, reflective, innovative, and engaged. Same course for O-level mathematics. Believe me or not, but O-level mathematics helps a lot. At every point of your life, you will realize that O-level mathematics helps a lot. A-level mathematics, some people go with it and some people do not. It's completely their choice. It's completely your choice. But for O-levels mathematics, I'm telling you, there will be a point in your life when you will realize that this is where it helps. Because when we study, we're like, where will it help? It will help you out, definitely. Cambridge O-level accounting is accepted by universities and employers as a proof of an understanding of theory and concepts of accounting. It helps students focus on the skills of recording, reporting, interpreting financial statements. And it's basically for the students who want to pursue their career in finance and accounting. So for now, I will be focusing on O-level mathematics, syllabus D. So I'll be telling you my course approach for covering the syllabus of O-level mathematics. So I divide the syllabus into 5 parts: basics, basics plus secondary, secondary, higher level, and second higher level. So basically basics, I start from the basics. I believe if the basics are perfect, if the basics are good, then you can move along. Because then if a person is at a higher level, if the basics are not good, they will struggle a lot. And if the basics are perfect, if the basics are like 90% good, then believe me, at the higher level, you won't face that much struggle. Basics are basically the math of grade 7, and basics plus secondary is the math of grade 8. Secondary is math of grade 9. First high level is math of grade 10, and second high level is math of grade 11. After I complete the syllabus in this way, then what I do is I do past paper practice. Early past paper practice. I usually start from 2003, but this time I thought let's do it from 2004 or 2005 till the latest year. And it's 15 plus years of practice. So yes, you can definitely imagine your grade to be a great grade, inshallah. Usually students come to me and they say, for example, that, it's okay if we get a B. There are some students who want an A star, of course, but there are some students who are like, okay, if we get a B, we're okay with it. But I tell them, see, if you're coming to me, I will always aim for an A star. Just help me along, just be with me and you'll get through it. And therefore, I'm telling you the same, just be with me, you'll get through it. It's not that difficult because I start with the basics and you are starting with the basics with me, you'll get it, inshallah. So I give assignments after every session or after every alternate session. There are weekly quizzes, sometimes there are alternate weekly quizzes. There's only one thing that I expect from the student, and that is practice. Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes man perfect. You all have heard that. Believe me, the more you practice math, the more you can get it done. If you're very good at concepts, then also you can get it done. A little bit practice, but more practice. This is something which I stress a lot, marks anytime. For each one mark, you have been assigned 1.5 minutes. People usually struggle completing paper 1, the mathematics paper 1. So please be very careful with the time. 1 mark is equals to 1.5 minutes. That's it, 90 seconds. So I chose the topic for the lecture today is arithmetic ratio. Students usually memorize the formulas for ratios or arithmetic equations. But what I do with these students is I tell them how these equations are formulated. That in case, for example, in case they happen to forget the equation during exam, it's completely fine. They know how to formulate it and they can get it done. So let's start. Mr. Smith bought 3 companies, Alpha, Beta, and Gamma, for a total of 80 million. First, let's highlight. The amounts he paid for these 3 companies were in the ratio. It's not given in the dollar form, but in the ratio form, 457. So That's the separate ratio of each company, right? But what's the total ratio? 4 plus 5 plus 7, that makes it 16. Mr. Smith bought 3 companies, alpha, beta, gamma. So these ratios are respectively for that company. Alpha is first, so it's the 4 is here. Beta is 5. Gamma is 7. Respectively, okay? Now we have the ratios for alpha, beta, gamma. We know the total amount. We know the total ratio too. We calculate the ratio now. It's 4 plus 5 plus 7. That's how we got the total ratio. Now we will see question part A says calculate how much you paid for each company. So for now, we will calculate for alpha. What's the ratio of alpha? The ratio of alpha we have is 4. But do we have the dollar amount for alpha? No, we don't. So instead of that, we will write x. You know, we always write the unknown as x, right? Next, the total. Okay, so you always take a reference with the one that has a missing information. Alpha has one missing information, that is the dollar amount is not available. Now, for that, we need a reference, and that reference need to have both of the values, meaning we need to have both ratio and dollar. So we have that. We have the total ratio 16, and the dollar we have is 80 million. That'll be quite a huge amount. Just like that. And the only thing you need to do is simplest thing, cross multiply. That's it. Cross multiply. If you cross multiply this, it will be 16 is multiplying with x, it will be 16x is equals to 80 million multiplied by 4. So 80 million multiplied by 4. And if we calculate that, it will be 16x is equals to, if you multiply 80 million by 4 using calculator, which I'm also doing right now, it will be 320 million. The next step we all know is x is equals to 16 is multiplying here, divide when it goes that side, it gets divided. So it will be 320 million upon 16, which equals to 20 million. So wow, now you know. Alpha costs $20 million. You know that. So now we will see how the ratio formula is exactly made. The ratio formula which you all use is equals to individual ratio upon sum of ratio multiplied by the total amount. This is the formula of ratio for finding the individual amount through the ratio. This is the formula of the ratio. I believe you people are familiar with it. If not, then it's okay. You people are now familiar with it. If we calculate alpha's cost using this formula, we'll get the same answer. You can see that. It will be alpha is equals to individual ratio is 4 upon the sum of ratio is 16 multiplied by the total amount, which is 80 million. Calculate this for me. you get the same answer. You see that? That's how the formula is made. So since we're aware of the formula now, we can calculate the rest two companies' cost too. We can calculate beta's cost, which is 5 upon 16 multiplied by 80 million, we will get. We have used the same formula to calculate the cost of beta's company. It is 5 upon 16 multiplied by 80 million, we get 25 million. The beta costs $25. Same goes for the gamma. Gamma is 7 upon 16 multiplied by 80 million. The answer you will get is 35 million. So gamma costs $35 million. So now we have the cost of alpha, beta, and gamma. So the question asks, calculate how much he paid for each company. We have the answer. Alpha costed 20 million, beta costed 25 million, gamma costed 35 million. And if you even add all them up, it will be 80 million. So let's move towards the next part. When he sold the companies, he made a profit of 12% on the 80 million he paid for them. Okay, so when it says 80 million he paid for them, it is the cost to Mr. Smith. If I pay $100 for the calculator, then that is the cost of calculator to me, right? So it's the same thing. 80 million is the cost to Mr. Smith. So we have profit and cost. So first we had ratio and dollar amount. Now we have the percentage and the dollar amount, okay? So at one side, we will write percentage, and at the other side, we will write the dollar amount. One side we will write the profit, because we need to calculate that, and the other end we will write the cost. Like I said, that whatever we need to take out, we write that is profit, and we need the reference for it, and that is cost, because we have both. We have the percentage of cost too, and we have the dollar amount of cost too. So the profit percentage that it is given is 12. The dollar amount, we do not know, right? X. For referencing, we used cost. Cost percentage is always 100%. This calculator costed me $100. Like or if you say this calculator costed me $500, that is I'm paying 100% of the cost. It's not on discount, it's on 100% cost I'm getting it. So 100%. Dollar amount we have is 80 million. Once again, cross multiply, you'll get 100x is equals to 12 multiplied by 80 million. Please be very careful with these zeros. So it will be 100x is equals to, and then x is equals to 960 million divided by 100. We get 9.6 million basically. So he made a profit of dollars 9.6 million. And now if we can calculate the same question through a formula. So using the formula, it says 12% on the 80 million. So it will be, whenever we remove the percentage sign, it is automatically divided by 100. So of 80 million, so it's basically multiply by, and if you equate them with the same amount, that's the formula. Percentage formula, we all are familiar with. If we are not, we are familiar with it now. So that's it for the day. I'll zoom it in case if it's not that visible. So we basically saw here that we used this simple method to solve the ratio question and the percentage question both. We even derived out the formula. That's it, that in case during exam we happen to forget the formula, we can always use this method, and this method never fails. So if you have any questions, any query, please get back to me. Your feedback will be very useful for us to it will help us to improve further. You can always contact Valeem. Have a good day. Have a nice day. Thank you for your time. Allah Hafiz.